it going until he gets here.
Okay. Fosa, let me thank you for speaking on our behalf. Okay? And also let me apologize on their behalf too, because I love students and I'm an advocate to them. Okay, now, if you are like me, your CGPA is around third class, I need to tell you that don't give up. Okay? I'm a graduate of Ekiti State University. Good morning, ma. And I managed to have third class. And I'd like you to write this down, but these are the things you get from my speech. 1, local internship. 2, have a mentor. 3, cross-border legal practice advocacy. 4, after. 5, foreign or international internship. 6, internationalization. When you reason beyond the shore of Nigeria. You know, the problem many students are having today is, we know that when we get to the bridge, we know how to cross it. And when you get to that bridge, you are not crossing beyond Third Milan Bridge, Echo Bridge, and all the likes. Last year, I attended a program at UN, and you know how difficult it was for you to get US visa. And when I got there, I saw some guys, they were like secondary school students. I said, is it the same program I came for as lawyers of over 15 years that these people also came for? I said, yes, now. Do you get what I'm saying? So what we fight for in Nigeria as senior lawyers, you see secondary school students, high school students, they are getting those opportunities abroad. But here in Nigeria, we tell our students, just have first class, have this, apply to senior law firms, and they are good. I'm not saying they are not good. But you need to think beyond. I told them, what you are doing is very good. Because I also started doing this thing before I even before I started studying law at all. You know, I'd be finding affidavits, running to court, this and that. But it got to a stage at 300 level when there was ASUU strike. I had a group that we call it Legal Priority Group, whereby we advocated for people to join law firms while they were still in school, not even during holidays. And I started from Ilesha and Osogbo then, and the magistrates were so accommodating. You know, we would wear suit and tie, and they would allow us to sit at the bar with the lawyers. So it was only when we were at the High Court that you don't sit at the bar. And if I show you my practice notes as a 300 level student of law at the law firm, you would think I was trying to become a senior advocate of Nigeria at that time. So you do not need to wait till you are even on holidays before you attach yourself to law firms. What does this do to you? Now, it's open your eyes that legal practice is highly gate-kept in Nigeria. Legal practice is highly gate-kept in Nigeria. When senior lawyers sees you at IBA conference in Canada, in Denmark, they ask you, how did you get here? Where did you get money to come here? I know how many questions they asked my lawyer at Toronto last year. You know, it is to show to you the level of how high the gatekeeping is. And I thank God that I discovered this at a very early stage of my life. I discovered 2 or 3 things. That for you to be a successful lawyer, your family must have a name. Like Fawemi, Falana, right? My family also have a name. Agbomagan from Ikere Ekiti. Right? 2, if your family doesn't have that name, then you must be exceptionally brilliant. That the likes of your office will write to me and say, come to our office. We want to employ you. But I look at number 1, no. Number two, no. Because I told you, I was even expecting pass anyway, so you should know the pedigree of my CGPA from 100 level to 500. But I said, okay, number three is that attach yourself to law firm before you even graduate. Now, and I said, okay, I don't need anybody, I don't need any CGPA to attach myself to any law firm. So which I did. And later I moved to the office of late Professor M.I. Jegede San. And I got the mentorship I needed in my life there. And after call to bar, this is the God factor. I went to pray. I said, God, I have learned a lot, and I have seen that many law firms pay 17,000 to the HOC as salary. I have seen that many law firms even pay on the 48th of the month. You know, it is law firms that you know that month does not end on the 29, 30, or 31. You see that they end at maybe 49, on the 50, and all the likes. And I don't want to do this. So, and God said yes, and I started my own law firm. My time is going, but I said after internship, then everybody said cross-border legal practice. Now, I must tell you that legal practice has gone beyond your jurisdiction. Any successful lawyer must think beyond where you are called. I have been able to do a lot of transactions, legal transactions across the borders without stepping my foot over there. Right? Which is what we are trying to advocate, our advocacy. But unfortunately, what we are saying is that if you listen to Dangote in Kenya last year, he said a man from France has access to every country in Africa with no visa. But Dangote needs about 30 visas for him to move freely within his own Africa. So what we are saying is this. What's the essence of AFTA? When lawyers that will defend and advocate on disputes cannot move freely within Africa. And we are saying that if you go to Europe, you see that the moment you are in Italy, you can easily move to Germany, Netherlands, and all the likes. I spoke on this advocacy at Toronto. Man, you were not there, you didn't come. It was late at night. And people from Kenya stood up and said, your country is even the worst, which is Nigeria. Have you tried to apply for Nigerian visa before? You will do like... So I want to appeal to the management of the faculty, kindly encourage our students to think more of international business. You know, what we are building them for has gone far, far beyond where you left it. Practice, we have some senior lawyers here. Practice has gone beyond just Nigeria, just Lagos Island High Court, Igbosira High Court, and all the likes. We need to make sure that our students are well prepared for this. Then I want to encourage us. Do you know that as students, you can be members of International Bar Association? Do you understand? One thing I will do for you is that it will open your eyes. Right? You know, I started with the legal practice is gate kept, highly gate kept. Do you understand? You may not be able to break it if you don't think beyond the shore of this jurisdiction. With 29 pounds or something, you can become a member of IBA. And like Madam said the other time, I have an advocacy page on LinkedIn that we are calling for people to volunteer for cross-border legal practice. So if you are interested, join that and mention Caleb. I will give scholarship of that membership to 5 students, 3 male and 2 female. So that I can do the gender equality now. 3 male and 2 female. So in long and short. No. Okay, 6, 3, 3. 336. So I want to encourage students, most importantly, when you're doing your activity, don't be like me. Your first class is still very useful. Your 2-1 is highly useful. Most of my friends they are lecturers in Canada, they are dual course and all the like. I thank God too, right? So I have given scholarships all to law school. We are even considering giving scholarship to PhD students now, right? So in law school presently, students in law school presently with our scholarship, right? So in XU Ekiti State University, we have prizes for. So what am I trying to say is, wherever you have found yourself, you need to plan ahead of time. I thought of name and pedigree for law practice, I didn't have it. I thought of CGPA, I didn't have it. But what I had, I used. I could attach myself to law firms. And lastly, I said local internship. We also have international internship. So you can chat me. If you go to ICC page, International Criminal Court page, they have internship for students, for graduates, every year. Not even every year, virtually every month. And these internships are not in Nigeria. Do you get what we're saying now? If you also look at AFTA, for example, AFTA is in Ghana, their secretariat is in Ghana. You can also apply to them for internship. You don't need visa to go to Ghana. You may need visa for London, for UK, but you do not need visa for Ghana. So I want to appeal to you. Think beyond the jurisdiction of Nigeria if you don't want to fall under the sledgehammer of the so-called senior lawyers. Thank you so much.
I didn't know that I was going to meet a Ganifa with me.